Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Degidio, and we are back with another episode of the Jaxxon Sports Podcast. And today I'm sitting here by one of the most accomplished freestyle motocross icons of all time, a man who has defied gravity at the same time is not named Pastrana. He is one, and he is the only. I'm going to have my good man, the cameraman in the back, bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, Twitch! Yes! The Godfather!
He's still here!
The 5 is his runway, and he's the king of anything that's called wine country. His name is Twitch Jeremy Steinberg. Stenberg or Steinberg?
There's no I, dude. It's Stenberg.
Twitch is his name. The Godfather. And we're sitting here across from the president of Honda, the man himself, Factory Honda. We call him Mr. 20 Minutes. Chance Hymas, ladies and gentlemen. He runs a tight schedule. Tight schedule. White Pro Club. I spent all night with this guy, and it
didn't sound too good.
No, I was with him. We were rumbling and shaking, me and this guy. All night at the Bay Club. You remember that dinner? Why are you laughing? We had a nice dinner, right?
Yeah, it was great.
I had his agent on speed dial.
I heard you almost got everyone kicked out of there.
Yeah, he did actually.
Well, we run a loose program.
We run a loose program.
Very
Mr.
loose.
20 Minutes himself runs a loose program. Damn, dude.
I like it.
I'll keep that same energy when Factory Honda calls you, dude. I got to jump right into this. I met you through the Lawrence brothers and Jacob.
Yep.
Amazing guy. I told Twitch, who are we going to get on the podcast? Twitch said, we got to get Chance Hymas on there. I said, all right, then let's bring him in. The inaugural 250 future champion in 2022. Okay. Now he's with Team Honda, HRC. I have a big HRC jacket, by the way. I should have worn it today. I took it from Hunter's bag when I stole his Red Bull hat. So I want to make a formal apology to Red Bull. The Lawrence brothers did not give me those hats. I stole them. And I just want to make sure those guys have a clean rep now. You know what I'm saying, Twitch?
Yeah, I like it.
But no, I really want to dive into this because we don't really get to sit down with too many guys. We had Joe on the pod. So it's cool to see kind of everything you got going on and kind of spending time with you over here at the Jaxxon Media House. How long are you out here for right now?
Yeah, I mean, I've been out here off and on for about 10 weeks, doing rehab with Dr. G, getting my knee fixed. But I'm out of here in another week or so, going back to Florida and then just hanging out. Hopefully get back on the bike soon.
I was about to say, how long till you're back on the bike, you know?
Not exactly sure. Hopefully in the next few weeks or so, but don't really have to push it, and there's not really a need to, you know?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Trying to just enjoy the time off a little bit, but also kind of stay on the grind and, you know, get my whole body stronger and get back to being fully healthy.
It seemed like everything was starting to click when you did your knee this time.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
You were looking good, dude.
Yeah, we were making really good improvements on the bike. Felt like my body was getting better. I just felt like I finally had some momentum coming my way a little bit, you know, and then feel like right when I start climbing up, it's right when I get knocked back down again.
Yeah.
But no, it's part of it, unfortunately. And, you know, my story's been a little bit difficult, but I feel like all these bumps in the roads I've been going through, you know, I feel like it's making me a better person, and, you know, I'm giving me a little bit more perspective on life, and I'm grateful for the situation I've been placed into and the people I've met through it. So
if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
exactly.
I feel like dirt bikes in general, like you got to earn your spot, and it comes with crashes, it comes with ACLs, it comes with collar, like everything. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So it's like we say it all the time. It's like it's not if, it's when. Like you're gonna get hurt riding a motorcycle, and it seems like it's always when that like you feel like you're like at your best point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been tough for me, really tough, gone, you know, some really dark places, but it's when you just got to keep digging, keep at it. You know, I got a lot of good people in my corner and a lot of people I trust, and, you know, they're always there for me. So
It's good. It sucks if you don't have a good circle around you just to keep you motivated and ready to go and know like what you're fighting for at the end of the day. But it seems like your circle's good.
yeah, it's really good. Everyone's got my back, and they all believe in me still, even when I don't believe in myself. So yeah, thanks to those guys. I mean, I probably wouldn't be sitting here, you know, so you guys got to keep digging, and, you know, everyone puts a lot of effort into my program as much as I am. So all around it's a team effort, and I feel like everyone wants it, maybe not as bad as I want it, but all collectively we want to win, and everyone wants to see me succeed. So we just keep digging.
For sure. Ant was telling me, Ant from WPS was like, yo, he's like, ask Hymas why he won't wear the Wonder Bread gear anymore. He said you're superstitious about it or something. That gear, I thought that gear was sick the first time I seen you wear it.
No, I mean, every custom kit I've gotten from them, it's just been one off and then I put it away. But I remember he brought me out a kit it wasn't like the final product of it, but we did the photo shoot in it and everything. And so the next week, the following week, this would have been like before Daytona, so a couple of rounds before Indy when I wore it. Dude, I was feeling good. I was testing a couple things, and we built the Daytona layout, and it's our Supercross track, then it's like a ditch, then it's our turn track. So we incorporated the turn track into our Supercross track. So I was off the Supercross track into the turn track, and then you come back on the turn track into the Supercross track, and they mowed down one of the berms, and it was just like, dude, it was like the 15 freeway into this rhythm lane. It's like you're hauling ass. So on the regular line was like a 3-3, and then it was like a 4-3 at the end of the rhythm. So, dude, you come hauling in, you could 4 into it, and then keep going off of it. Long story short, I 4'd in, tried to go for another 3 with the tabletop, and just came up just a little bit short on the tabletop. Full endo. Never after the race, never wore that stuff again. I was like, dude, it hurt my ego.
I know a lot of dudes that are like that. Like if they crash in like a certain color, like they won't ever wear that color again. It's like how Robbie Madison is with like red gear. Like you'll never see him in red gear.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
He ate shit really bad in red gear and never wants to wear it again. I remember showing up to like when me and him both rode for Thor. We'd show up to photo shoots and they'd have red gear for him to ride. He's like, I'm not wearing that gear. Like he refuses to wear red.
That's crazy.
He's that superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
But a guy who does the most death-defying stunts of all time, I would never think a guy like that would be superstitious.
Yep. Pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Talk to me about kind of racing with some of the best guys in the world, right? Sexton, the Lawrence brothers, like learning from these guys. What is it that these guys do that you think you've been able to kind of pick up? Because we've seen recent success, right? Your Ironman win and locking down big contracts. So like there's something good going around you.
Yeah, I think for me, just spending time around Jet Hunter, I get to watch him ride every time I'm out there. There's only so much you can do when you're out there riding together, and you can kind of pace yourself. But when you actually get to sit there and kind of break it down and watch them ride and see what they're doing, I think over time you start learning what they're doing, and you almost like implement into what you're doing on the track, and you don't even realize it.
You see it enough, like you're studying it, so it's like you just do it.
Yeah, it's like second nature. So it's like even when I first came on the team and Chase and Kenny were there, going to be at the test tracks and watching those guys ride, and even when I was like first learning Supercross, learning how to go through whoops and whatnot, and watching Kenny, and then even Braden was out there riding too. So like I think just watching those guys, and then it's like, oh yeah, like I can go do that, and going on. I think just in my mind, watching those guys, you learn so, like you said, like you almost implement it, and then you learn so quick that it's just like second nature. But like I think for me, just being around it so much, like I've almost kind of gone numb to it in a sense. And then like I think after I do my injury, I'm away for a while, and then I come back and I watch them ride. I'm like, damn, these guys are good, So no, it's been a big part of my program being around those guys for sure. I think I've learned a lot from them, and even being around Chase and Kenny, the little bit I was, like it's been unreal for me, I think.
Yeah, those are some of the best dudes to learn from for sure.
Yeah, and they keep pushing the level each year. It keeps getting higher and higher. So it's Jet's pushing it, then everyone else has to match it. And it just keeps like the bar just keeps going and going.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Do you feel like Jet's pushing the bar to a new level and then everybody has to play catch up? Or do you feel like Jet's just that good and everybody already is pushing the bar?
Jet is just that good, but also I feel like people, like you've seen Chase like have his moments this year where he kind of matches it in a sense, and then Jet has to, go to that next level, and then obviously Jet dominates, but the only way for people to, keep going, like you have to start matching it.
Yeah, you got to get challenged.
Yeah, you got to go for it. So I think I think the bar's getting raised and people don't really realize it, but I feel like you can see it every weekend.
Yeah, for sure you do.
Like those guys are going at it.
When you started riding that bike, did they help you with your setup at all?
Not much, because they were I don't want to say struggling with the bike, but they were doing a lot on their end with the bike. So I was kind of just on the 450. So I was doing a lot on the 250 side. Me and Joe were. So they were obviously Jet Hunter were doing their stuff with the 450, and the 450 crew were doing their stuff. And then me and Joe were doing our stuff with the 250 crew. So all collectively we were doing a lot to the bike, getting it better for this year. It's a new bike for all of us. So
are we going to see you and Joe swap bikes this year, like Hunter and Jet?
I think mine and Joe's setups are a little bit more different than theirs.
I thought that was pretty rad when I seen that the first couple of times. I was like, oh, I'm like, It was working.
How
Yeah,
crazy
it's
is
cool.
that?
You've never seen that from a team before, ever.
Never.
Like nobody has ever done that.
No, it's like
No
you always
one-
ride your own shit.
Yeah,
It's crazy though, because like Hunter, and you could kind of speak on this, like he'll go and like get Jet's bike ready for Jet, run the bike, make sure it's dialed in. Do people like, is it like that at home too? Like when you guys are training?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of days like when Joe was still recovering from his knee, like Hunter's doing the majority of the testing.
Yeah, he's
so,
getting the base down.
yeah, I wouldn't really say he's like, getting the bike ready, but like they do run a very similar setup. And obviously when those guys are testing, like they have to go through so many different parts of tests. So Hunter and Trey were doing a lot of it. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, like when Jet came back, Hunter was doing majority of the testing, and then they were, it seemed like every day they're out there before Paula doing stuff morning to night.
What's the experience and like the environment back home at the track and kind of the house and dealing with like that energy and being around the brothers and kind of being around this private facility?
It's really good. It's a very productive environment. But I also feel like for me, where I've kind of struggled is disconnecting from the race weekends. I feel like when I go to the race weekends, and it's a very, not, I guess, stressful day. It's a big load of a day, Saturday race day, and then you fly home, and it's like, I feel like when I'm at the training facility, sometimes I have a hard time disconnecting from all that. And it's like, I feel like I need a day to just, get away and like
Chill.
just not focus on dirt bikes. But it's so hard too, because obviously when you're in season, like that's all you are focused on. Like you want to be better
Get
and
ready
better
for the next weekend.
Especially if you have a shit weekend, then you're like, I need to be better this coming weekend.
Yeah.
So you're all in on it. Then that's when the struggle starts. If you compound, like have the two back weekends that aren't very good, and it's like kind of get down in the dumps a little bit. But
Yeah.
that's just where I've struggled a little bit. Is I think I get so far like kind of deep in the hole, and it's like trying to climb my way out. But no, I mean ultimately like it's a really good environment. We all hang out, and it's been unreal to be around. So I think everyone makes it fun and tries to work together almost as a team. We're all friends, so it's a good environment to train. And when we're all
When you're actually all riding the bike
yeah,
healthy.
we're all being super serious. But it's good that like when we're out doing outdoors and it's 90 degrees and we're all just dying out there. We're all
Just
dying together,
torturing each other,
so no, it's fun. I enjoy it.
Speaking with Jacob and kind of like talking to Twitch, obviously the Lawrence brothers been very impactful, being two of our guys here, and our kind of like moto division is being ran by them and Twitch was like, that's why we joke, come the Godfather, because we wouldn't have gotten this heavy into moto without Twitch, and now we
Right.
have the Concrete Cowboys with CJ. But watching the Lawrence brothers, having their bikes here, kind of seeing everything they've done, and you being around that, a lot of people have talked about the success of a rider and the success of an athlete comes from like the early stages. That's what kind of sets the seed to see if that rider or that athlete in MMA or UFC or baseball can kind of cope with the pressure. And, from Loretta Lynn's, the futures, like the things you've done to put yourself in the position you're in now, even talking to like Jacob, for example, your agent / manager, what is it you think that allows you to cope with the pressure, but being in the sport for this long, going from amateurs to pros, and still be fresh and not feel burnt out and still be able to go out there regardless of the injuries?
Yeah, I think being a professional athlete in any sport, like you have to learn how to deal with the pressure. You gotta learn how to manage that and go perform and put that to the side. Like that's at the end of the day, our Saturdays are our job. That's when you show up and do your job. So there's no other option but to go show up and show out. So I think growing up and, you don't really have it from a young age because you're just racing dirt bikes. That's just what you love to do. But it gets to a point where it gets a lot more serious. And, there is a lot of people that can't handle and they don't make it in the sport. But I feel like me and a handful of other people, like you see it, like they shine through it and they fight through it and the adversity. And, it's just one of those things like you got to manage. And there's pressure with anything you do in life, like it's not just being a professional athlete. Like there's pressure, there's expectations to do whatever. So
It's cool to see that you still keep it fun too, because like even when you're racing Supercross, like you would go ride some like woods races and stuff like that. Like you don't see a lot of dudes doing that. It seems like you really like riding. Like even while you're in the middle of the season training, like you're still doing other stuff.
Yeah, my dad really implemented that into my program when I was an amateur. More bike time, the better. I raced every weekend, local races, off-road races, like whatever I could do.
Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, I feel like that played into where I'm at now in my professional career. I feel like doing those definitely made me a better rider. Definitely brought a lot more fun into my program.
The woods is gnarly. Like some of those ruts and like water crossings, like going over logs. Like it's just,
yeah,
it's
cool.
gnarly, dude.
It's cool. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I honestly kind of miss doing some of them. Like they're really fun, and it gives you that break from just sitting there and just doing laps and just chasing a lap time. It's like you're out there for a 14-minute lap time and you're just kind of you against the clock a little bit.
And it's actually fun because it's like you don't have to be there. It's like you want to be there. You're like, I'll go race this weekend and go have some fun. Like it's cool. It seemed like after Colorado, like when you got your first moto win and then what you get second overall that weekend, it seemed like the podium started clicking off for you like right after that.
Yeah, I went on a pretty good roll after that, and like I was consistently like top 4. There was a couple races like I kept missing the podium, but like I tie
just
in
barely,
just
dude.
barely,
Yeah.
But like I started clicking them off. Got my first overall win last year, and
At Redbud, right?
At Redbud,
that had to have been pretty good to get like your first overall at Redbud.
So sick.
That track's like so sick.
Yeah, that'll forever I think be like my favorite win of anything. Like,
do you feel like you got like a different confidence every time you show up to that track now?
See, I only showed up once, but I mean, I was super excited to go again this year. Like, I felt like it's the same thing when I go to Lakewood now, It's like, I feel like I'm unbeatable at Lakewood.
Yeah, it's just, you just have that, like, I feel good there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's rad.
It's cool.
Do you look at like racing against familiar? Like we've seen competitors like DeFrancisco and we've seen some of the guys. Do you feel like you get a certain edge because you know the guys you're competing against that you're like, okay, I know I can do something to this guy. I know what I could do to this guy. Unlike most guys, like say, for example, MMA, we see a lot of fighters that are always facing new competition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like really pinpoint one person or the other. I feel like once you get that confidence, you feel like you get that confidence and you start beating people, you feel like you can beat them no matter what. It's if something happens and you're, crash on the start or something, you're going to start going through people like you don't even think about it. It's just second nature. So I think once you develop that confidence and, the attitude, it's like, I don't care who it is. Like I'm going to the front, like nothing's stopping you.
Yeah.
So granted, like there is people that you race and you kind of know how they are at, say like at the 25-minute mark and they start fading a little bit. Like there is those people. Them. Yeah, exactly. So I think it ultimately just depends if you're confident in your ability to just go to the front.
For sure. It seemed like you were you said, like you were getting on a roll and then to just do your knee again, like it's got to be such a bummer, but at the same time, it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and dude, it's devastating. Like it's been a struggle, man. Like it's hard to like sit here and explain it, because like now it's my third one. And I feel like each time like it changes me as a person. I get a lot more perspective on life, and I should say even different perspective. But I feel like for me, it's just another, it's another chapter in my story. Like
another stepping stone.
Exactly. Like it's just one of those things that, my goal is to go win a championship next year. If I win that championship next year, then it's, it's this guy went through 3 knees. He went through all this adversity to get here. It's like, that's a massive accomplishment. It's not just like, he showed up and, he's had one good year and now he's winning championships. It's like, it's a gnarly story to go through, and not a lot of people know it, but like, just knowing everything I've gone through and the people closest to me knowing what I've gone through, like it's gnarly. And I'm not the only one going through adversity, like there's a lot of people
almost
that
every single dude on the gate's going through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like at one time or another, they've done it.
Exactly. Everyone's got a different story out there.
Yeah.
So,
it seems like to me, like the proof is in the pudding. Like you're going to win races. It's
right.
coming. It's just staying healthy for the whole year. And that's the hardest thing. It's like, everyone's like, oh, they finally got an off season. I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, you know how many dudes get hurt during the off season too? Because they're at the track every single day. Like people don't understand, like this sport is brutal.
It's very brutal. It's long too. And it's like last year I didn't have an off season. Like I had 2 weeks on the bike, then went and raced first round Supercross. Same with the year before. Like I probably had like 2 months on the bike.
Yeah, and it seems like every year they just add like a couple more rounds. Where I'm like, dude, these dudes pretty soon like are just going to be racing 365 days a year. Like it gets bad, dude. Like it's like you guys have no time to recover. Like even if you get a little injury over the weekend, like say you're top 3, you jab you jab your knee, like you're still back on the bike by Tuesday.
Right.
Like when you have your off days traveling, I'm like, dude, it sucks traveling sometimes. Like especially like if you're going from East Coast to West Coast, like it's gnarly. You don't get that much time to recover.
Especially the outdoor rounds when you get to some of those races, like you fly into an airport, then you drive an hour to the hotel, then you drive another hour to the track.
Yeah.
Like it's just the travel back there. It's so gnarly. It's a little bit better Supercross wise. We just fly into the cities and we race in the cities, but those outdoor races when it's 90 degrees and then you're doing all the extra driving and then the crappy flights, you're waking up 4 a.m. to get on a flight. Like
Yeah,
It's,
you're not recovering.
Yeah, people don't see that stuff. And then you're on the flight all day Sunday morning. Then you train Monday, maybe only ride 1 day a week or 2 days a week. And then you're back on a plane Thursday to go do press day Friday, race Saturday. It's just over, repeat.
You get on the plane on Sunday too, and you get like that C-class dude, like, I could fucking do that. Like, you guys suck. Like they don't even understand like the stuff that you guys all go through.
They can't even grasp the concept of it.
No,
like it's everyone just sits there and it's like,
you think you're working, but you're not working as hard as these dudes are.
Not even close.
No,
not even close.
It's insane.
I love the way you think you're working. I mean, it's good. It's good to say though, because in all joking aside, it is a lot. Like I watched the boys firsthand this year, and I haven't had a chance to really have been involved as much as I could or I wanted to be. But watching like the Lawrence brothers, for example, the amount of work these guys put in, I mean, I'm sure you see it. Twitch has been able to help us like really grasp what's going on with this industry because it is unique. It is one of the most unique industries I've ever seen too, especially with the way the events are set up. Flying, coming home every single week. Last thing I got for you, I know you're on a tight schedule here. Shout out to HRC. What is like one of your biggest goals going into this? I mean, we're going into the off season, but going into the new season, what is like one of your biggest goals this year as a rider? Is it to stay healthy? Is it to win? Is it to prove something?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately for me, like the big goal is I want Supercross and Outdoor Championship. That's obviously the big goal, but like ultimately, like I want a full season under my belt, being healthy, not having an injury or whatever. But I think for me, just deep down, just proving everyone wrong. I feel like there's a lot of people writing me off that I'm just gonna get hurt every year, and I'm over it. Like I know my ability and my drive. Like I know I'm one of the best guys. So to me, it's once I get everything put together, like I don't see people beating me. So that for me is my goal. It's like I want to pull up to A1 and show up and show out and have people walking away Saturday night being like, yeah, that's the guy. So that's
you hear that, boys? He said, "Fuck you guys."
Yo, hey, we got a room full of guys like that race against you. They're about 3 feet away. So the way you're able to say that with like that like Rampage Jaxxon voice and stare at me right in the face when those guys are right there, like I believe you, brother. Like hands down, I believe you. Like. I just like it's amazing to have that energy too. Knowing Deegan's going to 450 and it's wide open for someone to take over. That's the energy you're gonna have to figure out how to keep all year though. That was a lot. It was like a scent of a woman, Al Pacino speech.
Respect. Yeah. Respect.
Yeah, like you're real. You're the real deal. We know. Jacob told me you could lock in, and I saw you just lock in. That was it. That was like I thought you were gonna jump the gate and then break a smile, but you didn't. And I'm like, all right, so you got the whole shot on that one. So the last thing I got for you is you got to leave and go do your photo shoot with the bike and the suspension and all the stuff over there. Going into the off season, are you spending a lot of time at the house with the boys and the track, and you staying back in Florida? Or are you coming out here? Because I see you here all the time now.
Yeah, I've been out here for 10 weeks now. Okay. I went back for like a week, and I'm originally from Idaho, so I'm gonna go spend some time with my family. Never get to see them anymore, so go back to home and hang out in the mountains, do a lot of trail riding when I start riding again, and try to just bring the fun back to riding a little bit, not just go straight into doing motos and training and whatnot. So that's what I got.
Riding and back to fun, like you're the whole package. This is like a whole thing right now.
Just a little bit everywhere, man.
Hey, he's going back to find the roots of the inspiration.
Gotta keep it fun,
back
dude.
In the trails. Where do you ride back home in Idaho? I'm familiar with the land.
He ain't telling you the trails because he wants to keep them private.
Or is this like a
It's
hidden
very
spot?
secret.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's super secret.
Jesus, Johnny Tsunami. Feel free to let me know what side of the wave you on. Wait, is it really secret?
No.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you got me scared now, dude.
Just talking shit.
Yeah.
Nah, there's just the mountains. I grew up trail riding with me and my pops, my older brothers. So there's just a lot of local trails, and I'm from Pocatello.
Oh, so, north of the Bass Pro Shop. I know that area very well.
There ain't a Bass Pro Shop anywhere near me, bro.
I shot my shot.
There's real hunters and fishers up there.
Yeah, dude. No, I appreciate it. I was telling everybody about you because after spending time with you and going to dinner and hanging out with you all day with those mutants, I was excited to kind of see what you had to say on the podcast because I could tell that you're locked in, and I'm actually very excited. I think that's one of the best things I've ever heard you say. I want to see you full season on the bike, see what you could do. I'm a full analysis analyst of all analyzing when it comes to Supercross and motocross now because I don't ever log out of Peacock.
The analyzer of analyzers.
So because of that, I'll be on your tail heavy.
Perfect.
Not physically riding or mentally, but more spiritually.
Perfect. Appreciate it.
Definitely not riding. He can't even ride a bike with the clutch.
Well, that's false, and that's okay. We can all say whatever we want. He built me a pit bike that doesn't have a clutch. So maybe if he built me a bike that I could practice, I would have been a lot better.
Dude, you got Shimoda's bike in the corner. You got one of
That's
Hunter's
Hymas's.
bikes.
That's Hymas's with Lawrence's plate on it.
So
So
there you go.
after your big win, you think you have your bike at the farm over there, wherever you guys are at, but it's actually right there. Shout out to HRC. I actually do have 2 factory Honda 450s over here, dude. No,
Oh,
but I
geez.
appreciate you for coming, and good luck, and make sure you leave your hat before you leave. Hey, listen, if you guys want to check out more and what's going on, don't forget we have a brand new show every Friday, Jaxxon Behind the Brand, in our brand new Jaxxon Podcast Discord. It's where we be doing all the giveaways with our brand new JX2 dive watch, which is waterproof, sweatproof, and considered the watch of
He
summer.
never got his, so I
he
don't know
definitely
what you're
has one
talking
right
about.
there on his wrist. He's obviously doing some sort of camouflage technique. He is from Idaho, and so he's able to make that seem like it's not what it is. And then we have the new JX1 just dropped, and we have a special edition Twitch Jeremy Stenberg, not Steinberg, there's no I, and that watch will be dropping in Q1 of 2026. We're very excited about that, and no, it does not have Metal Militia on it. It has DBK, maybe, if you get the mystery box. Thanks for watching. We're out.